The digital euro, or also often referred to euro on blockchain, is one of the hot topics in the blockchain space at the moment. I'm joined today by Philipp Sandner. And Philipp, maybe the first question, why is the digital euro so important?
Well, the digital euro is a fascinating topic. It's basically now climbing up the ladders, the hierarchies in companies and also in the public administration. For example, the European Commission is dealing with it. They will very soon provide a proposal on how to regulate, for example, global stable coins. Then you have companies out there, Bosch, Daimler, and other ones who are now planning new business models which are requiring the digital programmable euro. I'm aware of a couple of projects also being done by us where we are part of the consortium where, for example, tractors in agriculture should be connected to the digital programmable euro. Then we have two projects where machines should be connected at some point of time to the digital programmable euro on a blockchain basis. And then there is another company connecting silos in the chemical industry also to the digital programmable euro. And why do they do this? Because it's the future of digital business. Because in the future you will have silos, machines, cars, tractors, and all these devices. They will directly transact money with each other, and they want to, without any frictions, in a seamless way, also do financial services, for example, leasing, factoring, and so on. It's just beneficial from a business case perspective. It does make sense. It saves money. It saves time. Transactions are more efficient. Therefore, there are a couple of reasons why it does make sense. And another collective group of reasons is that, of course, the entire world is going into this direction. In the US, there is this topic coming up in politics. They have the digital dollar project, for example. Then China is already there with their solution, which is close to be launched to the market. They are at least 5, I would rather say 6 or 7 years ahead of Europe. Then you have Facebook's project Libra now being out there since 1 year already in the version 2.0. They would like to build the euro, the Swiss franc, and also other currencies on their DLT system when they launch it, probably early next year in 2021. That would be my guess. So you see a lot moving into this direction because this technology promises a lot of benefits for companies doing digital business models, but also for customers transacting money internationally and so on. Only for the normal human being, the normal citizen, earning money, having a bank account, spending money locally, for these persons, there is not too much benefit to be seen. The benefit is more to be seen for international payments, financial inclusion, and also the machine economy. So the industrial sector is quite strongly interested in this.
Interesting to see, especially that you talk about the developments not only in Europe, but also in China being leading in the space and the US. And so obviously we look more at the European market. So who is taking responsibility right now? Who needs to act, and what are the hurdles that we need to get out of the way to get to the digital euro, euro on blockchain as soon as possible, but in a sustainable way?
Yeah, that's a very good question. So I think it needs some time, of course. You have a couple of companies having done early experiments. For example, Commerzbank, Landesbank Baden-Württemberg, LBBW, and others, they are already experimented with it. Also, you have a couple of startups and a couple of industrial companies having done some prototypes. But it's not such made that you can really have a product being created out of it. It's just prototype so far. And therefore, it needs to be the next step to ask, what do we have to do to come to version 1 of this product, such that everybody can apply it who wants to have it, and who is doing it, and what architecture. And there are multiple ways. You could, for example, connect a blockchain network to existing banks and existing bank accounts. You could also use the stablecoin approach, such that you have a collateral, for example, and then you let the token run on a blockchain basis, and you keep the price at 1.00 to then have a stablecoin. And there are multiple possibilities out there. I think Right now, the topic is strongly being discussed in public administrations, for example, in ministries, but also with the European Commission and elsewhere, such that knowledge is being built, such that people are discussing what parameters should this system be, how should the architecture be, and so on. That's a necessary step for exchanging views and also for building knowledge. I think this is key. And then at some point of time, I think development needs to start such that at some point of time, these solutions can really go live. And I think the next biggest step is specifying systems and then starting to implement them. And the step to go there is that we at some point of time need to have budgets by public administration or by companies. But somebody, of course, needs to provide budget such that we can leave the mode where we simply exchange PowerPoint slides. We need to come to the stage where we are really operatively working on this. That's the next step, and this has not been done yet.
All right. So I take it before we get to the real euro on the blockchain, we will work with good workaround solutions. What do you think, from which industry or which use case will be one of the first ones that uses stable coins or tokenized money first?
Yeah, that's a very interesting question. I'm also thinking a lot about this question. I think it's not coming from the regulated area. So trading of securities is, let's call it, double regulated. You have the money flows that are regulated. You have securities trading, which is regulated. That's really a difficult topic. Therefore, I think it's easier to start in the industrial setting, say a truck which is autonomously driving and sending and receiving money, or a tractor in agriculture, or a sensor, or other things out there which are which make sense to be connected to the Euro payment network. I think it's coming from the industrial domain because here the benefits are clear and the regulation is there, of course, but the regulation might not be so fierce as it is the case with the area of securities trading.
Well, with that, thank you, Philipp. Maybe some last words. What are you going to talk about in your lecture?
In the lecture, I would like to propose what exactly is the digital euro, what kind of types of digital euros are there. There is the CBDC, and there are also money forms which are privately issued. And then I'm also lining out a short roadmap about what can be done and what might happen maybe next year and the year after, such that at some point of time we get the digital programmable euro in a way that it can be also accessed and demanded by the industry, which then can start building digital business models on top of it.